Hi guys, and welcome back to Dave's Game Room. Today I'm looking at GTA and GTA London. With me, as ever, is the man that can, Mike. How's it going, mate?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm all good.
Awesome. So, as you can see here, we're using my collector's edition of GTA to check out the GTA original game and also the add-on that was GTA London. So, Mike, GTA, talk about some of your experiences and memories of GTA on the PlayStation.
Yeah, GTA, I mean, what can we really say that hasn't been said by sort of every gamer who's owned the PlayStation or owned the console, full stop. I bought Grand Theft Auto more or less the day it came out on the PlayStation. I remember, well, my mum bought it for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was blown away. Me and my brother were just addicted to it. It was fantastic.
So you just saw there the character select screen because you actually had a few characters you could select.
I forgot all about that.
And also, the only area available to you when you start the game is Liberty City. It actually opens up and you get more when you complete bits of the game and get further along. So here's the loading screen, which is typical on the PlayStation.
Look at the loading screens though, man. That's bringing back memories because I'm seeing all of this for the first time in many years.
Wow. I mean, I was seeing this for the first time in probably about 15 years earlier when I fired it up for the first time.
Yeah.
So here we go, guys. There's going to be some of you out there that are going to look at this and go, what the hell? If you've not seen the original GTAs, if you've played, say, GTA 3 onwards, you're going to go, what's this?
Yeah. It's the Bulldog, I remember this car.
Yeah. So as you can see, the very first thing, you get 4 telephones that are ringing and you answer those to get your first mission.
That's
which, as you can see, the first mission's popped up. So, do you remember any of these missions?
No, I don't remember them at all. I mean, the first thing that struck me in GTA was the music when you jumped in the car.
Yeah, me too. That was fantastic. You mean the radio stations?
The radios, I loved it. I always remember, I think it was the country and western one would always crack me and my brother up.
That was the one that had one song that repeated itself.
That's
it was hilarious.
Because I don't think you had proper art. We didn't have real artists back then, did we?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will tell us if we did, so comment below, guys, if we did.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know, that would.
Because I thought the first real soundtrack GTA was 3.
I think you might be right, yeah, because GTA 3 was the first one to have sort of drum and bass music in and stuff like that.
That's right, yeah, it had like a trance radio station. I think Rise FM was a trance mix station, which was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So you get this pager, you get some dodgy quotes, and look, Silver Bulldog. Which is pretty cool as well. There's one about him, do you want your job back at the pizza parlour? If not, if you do, let me know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the first mission is to bring taxis to this crane, and as you can see, I'm not bringing a taxi to the crane.
I remember this, and the crane picks your car up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So I've just obviously realised that I've been a bit of a plonker and not picked up a taxi. So I'm now going to go and try and drive near the area and see if I can pick one up. So this game, though, Mike, was hugely controversial back in the day.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if you think about it, there wasn't really anything else like it around, was there?
There wasn't, no. And the original concept for this game wasn't actually going to be this. It was going to be just basically a racing game. But they somehow ended up with this kind of game, a crime simulator, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, they've done hugely well from the series. I mean, anyone who knows anything about gaming will know that. Obviously, was it Sam Houser? Was one of the brothers, or one of the guys who's behind it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's multi-millionaire, silly rich now, isn't he, from this series?
He is, yeah, and the series itself has just gone from strength to strength, hasn't it? When it went into the 3D era, it was incredible with GTA 3 onwards.
I mean, looking at this now, I personally don't think it's aged well at all.
It hasn't, mate, it hasn't at all, and during this gameplay footage, I struggle with the controls, because even the controls aren't the same as what you'd expect either.
No? Was it dodgy controls, was it?
They were different, because nowadays, you press what is the equivalent of the triangle button on your controller to get in and out of the car or nick the car.
That's right.
It's square on this game, so I get all mixed up.
Really?
And I'm trying to, yes, it is, yeah. And I get all mixed up when I'm trying to, as you can see, I'm getting in and out of the car when I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's strange, because I just associate this triangle in and out of the car.
Yep, totally agree. And here you can see I'm blocking in a taxi and stealing it. You are right, though, in terms of gameplay, it's a bit kind of stiff these days. It hasn't aged all that well, but this is how it started, and people need to sort of see that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with this game as well, even if the gameplay isn't that good now and it looks a bit ropey, it was just the idea behind it all, the freedom that you had, which is why I think it became successful. And being able to run around the streets, literally killing anything you wanted. There was nothing like that around. And he plunges into the arena.
Yeah, I made a classic error, mate. I pressed the wrong button again. I was trying to stop the car.
Yeah.
So here we go. I've jumped to a bit later on because you don't want to see me stealing another taxi and driving around aimlessly.
Question for you, Dave. Did you ever finish this? I never did.
No, I didn't. I got as far, I think, as the San Andreas part of it, and that was it.
I used to spend a lot of time with my brother and my mates. They'd all come round and we'd all be smoking fags and playing this thinking we were cool. And none of us ever finished the storyline at all. We just used to arse around in it.
Yeah, me too. That was what I spent most of my time doing, was stealing cars, killing people, getting the cops after me.
Yeah.
You know, that was what I thought was great. My personal experience with GTA, how I managed to get hold of it, was I borrowed it off of a friend.
Right.
And some of my other mates wanted to borrow it off him as well, and somehow I managed to get in there first.
Yeah.
So they were quite jealous of me and wanted to come around and see it. So,
yeah, I was one of the first guys to have it as well. All my mates hadn't heard of it. I mean, I didn't even know about any preview footage or anything. I never read anything about this game. It was just on the shelf in this catalogue store my mum was a member of, and she just picked it up, one of those dodgy pick up the game and pay later.
Wow, yeah.
And I think it was like 65 quid she ended up paying in total for it.
Wow.
But I wish I'd kept it. I really wish I'd kept this.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm about to fail this mission, mate. I'm doing really badly.
Yeah.
Also sort of next experience was another friend of mine managed to convince his parents to buy both this and GTA London somehow. Don't know how.
I never played GTA London.
We're going to come on to that in a minute because I'm about to fail this mission, as you're going to see. There you go. I didn't get to the phone to answer the phone for the next part in time, so there you go.
That reminds me as well, quickly, it was frustrating, this game was.
It was, yeah. So I'm going to do a few donuts, and we're going to move on to GTA London 1967 or 69, I can't remember.
Now, I don't remember this at all. Look at that. I don't think I've even seen any footage for this game.
This was just originally an add-on pack, guys. So if you see this on the shelves on its own, don't buy it unless you've got the original GTA.
Yeah.
In my case, the collector's edition, the disc is actually a standalone game, so you can actually play it. So yeah, you've got some awesome, again, soundtrack. I think this is a real soundtrack, Mike. If you hear the soundtrack from this game, I think it is real. So I was wrong.
I like the design on the characters. That's wicked. That's really cool.
It really was. Did you see Rodney Morris as a character?
Yeah. A lot of people get this mixed up with GTA 2.
They do, yeah. GTA 2 is an entirely different game altogether, which we may cover one day.
Because I owned GTA 2. It was very good. It was better than the first one, I thought.
Yeah. So here we are. GTA London, set obviously in London.
Yeah.
The music's different, the radio stations are different, the scenery's obviously based around London landmarks, and this is cool. The first car I'm going to jump into is obviously a Mini. But it's a Mini.
Wow, I've never seen any footage of this. I think they're loosely based on the film Quadrophenia, by the looks of the design and the cars and stuff.
I also detect a hint at The Professionals. Do you remember that
Professionals?
TV show?
Yeah, definitely.
And also, there's a James Bond car in this game, a silver, what looks like an Aston Martin, and it's amazing.
Wow.
And it plays like a James Bond style theme tune as well, which is amazing. I used to love stealing that car.
Has it got guns on it, mounted on the bonnet?
I don't think it has, mate, unfortunately. I think you can only do that with something like a tank, which I think you can get tanks in this game.
Wow, that's cool. Were tanks in GTA 1, the one we just looked at? I don't think they were, was it?
I can't remember, mate. I don't even remember ever seeing one. There might have been, but I can't remember. And on this mission, look, I've already got a 2-star wanted level just for stealing the moped.
Wow, yeah, it was strict, wasn't it?
And as you're going to see what happens next, I'm going to get rammed off. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
And then I'm nicked. So the good thing is, though, that's not mission failed, because that scooter's going to be left in the middle of the road and I can go back and try and get it again, as I'm going to try and do.
Yeah.
So again, strangely enough, you've got pages, which existed apparently in 1967 or 69.
Look at the design of that convertible car there and the British flag all over it.
Yeah, they call that the Jugular E-Type, I think, instead of the Jaguar E-Type.
Jag, yeah. Going back to the controversy, I think one of the big controversial aspects of the game was being able to kill that religious sect, wasn't it?
That's
were they
right.
Buddhists?
That's it. You could run over a whole line of them, that was right, and it came up with a message on the screen as well when you did it.
I used to set them on fire with a flamethrower. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's another thing. The kill frenzies, they used to crack me up.
Yeah, they were great. It's just a fun game, and it always has been a fun game. I buy GTA without fail every time it's released. It's a great series.
There's only one GTA which we may come onto at some point that me and you both thought wasn't so great, and that was Vice City.
Vice City?
Yeah, we both didn't like, because remember there were some really silly missions involving remote control vehicles.
It was Vice City, wasn't it? Yeah. Or was that San Andreas? No.
San Andreas was a bit more serious and a bit more gangster sort of setting, so that wasn't quite as bad.
Back to this though, GTA London. How long after the original was this released, this add-on?
I think it was 98, it said on the loading screen.
That's right.
98, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, this was, I think this was the one and only add-on pack for the original GTA on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I know there was another London add-on pack that was released for a different year as well.
Yeah.
And then they moved on to GTA 2, which you had and I also had back in the day. And it was quite a departure from this game in terms of the setting and the way the game was.
Is this worth anything for collectors, GTA London?
I would say yes. I'd say if you get a collector's edition like I've got, it's worth a bit of money, but standalone, not really, because a lot of people bought the standalone because they already had the original game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing this in action though. I mean, it doesn't look that different from one, obviously, and it doesn't really look like London. It could be any city any in the world, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's the odd little landmark, like I think you see like a Big Ben style look-alike and a Houses of Parliament look-alike, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And here I'm going to jump into a car called a Locust, which looks like a bit of a sports car, which is a cool car.
That's awesome. That was in GTA 1, wasn't it, though, the Locust? Or something very similar to it?
Yeah, I think something very similar was. In fact, there was also a Dodge Viper in, or what looked like a Dodge Viper.
Yeah. That London Black Cab was cool then, they got that spot on.
Yeah, and as you can see, I've got to talk to this guy, and I quite like this, because it goes into a cutscene, and the speech is hilarious. So here it comes up. He's going to talk to me.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Oh, that's awesome. They didn't have that in GTA 1.
They didn't, no. They introduced it to this
cool.
one.
I like that.
So he's going to talk, and he's basically going to tell me what he expects of me, because he's who you're kind of working for to start with.
That was awesome, man. Yeah, I enjoyed looking at these. This is really cool.
Okay, so in future videos, Mike, we'll have a look at the other GTA games.
Yeah,
for definite.
I think that would be a good idea. I mean, we can look at some of the later ones and tell everyone what we thought of them as well.
Definitely. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. This has been Dave and Mike again with another special video.
Thank you, guys. Take care.